Well, thanks for being with us here on Morning Live. And if you haven't yet made it out, we'll try and keep you up to speed with what's happening across the country. Now, as the 2024 school year resumes, we're taking you to every province this morning. Let's go to the Western Cape now, to Cape Town in particular, where our reporter Mariska Botha is at the Wescot Primary School in Diep River to check on the state of readiness to receive those bundles of joy this morning. Mariska, it looks like a beautiful day out in Cape Town. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And here's something I never thought would happen. I was early for school. So we arrived at Wescot Primary, as you rightly said. So we're coming here, of course, because we'll have a visit by the MEC a little bit later to give us all those new statistics and updates that everybody's interested right now. And also the Premier will make a turn here. And in the back, you can see a new build project. These are extra classrooms. It's 7 new classrooms that was added for the demand that is in the area. And that's, of course, a topical issue in the Western Cape. Every year, there's around 18,000 new learners that come from across South Africa and abroad into the Western Cape. So new plans have to be made every year for placements. At this point, we're standing at 99% placement across the province. And then, of course, that all-important late applications that's still streaming in is causing a bit of the headache for the Department of Education. But it is asking for patience for those who applied late so that they can try and place all learners in the area. And I was astounded when I got some of the figures yesterday of what it takes to actually start a school year. There's over 1.2 million children that will be returning to school or coming to school for the first time this year. The grade 1s is 93,000 and grade 8s, the former standard 6s, like I was in standard 6, is 98,000. There's 28,600 teachers. So these figures are astounding. It's a massive operation and a massive undertaking. And of course, there will be 10 new schools that will be built in the province as well, also to address that demand that I spoke to. We heard from the department earlier that there was a cut in budget of over 750 million rand. So they were going to build 20 new schools. Now they're only going to build 10 and 3 replacement schools. So demand is always an issue in the Western Cape. But the department giving the assurance that they're working very hard to get every child placed. In the meantime, we have the privilege to stand here. It's always nice to see that the schools are looked after. These new classrooms that have been built here for the demand in this area. Of course, there will be many temporary classrooms put up at several schools across the province for that all-important demand. And as you said, we're waiting for those bundles of joy. We hope most of them will be smiling when they walk into class. And then, of course, we'll see 1 or 2 that might shed a few tears, but mostly I found that it's the parents who shed the tears and not necessarily the children. But we'll certainly keep you posted on what is happening here at Wescot Primary.
Well, thanks so much, Mariska. And of course, there's so much going on across the country, and we'll be catching up with more of our reporters just to give you a sense of what's happening across the country.